Once upon a time, there was a girl named Snow White with skin as white as snow. Her stepmother, the queen, was very jealous and had a magic. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? The queen asked every day. The mirror always replied, You are the fairest of them all. One day the mirror said, Snow White is the fairest of them all. The furious queen ordered a huntsman to take Snow White into the forest. The huntsman could not harm Snow White and set her free in the forest. Snow White ran until she found a small cabin in the woods. Inside the cabin lived 7 kind and hard-working dwarfs. Snow White told them her sad story, and the dwarfs offered her a place to stay. Snow White helped the dwarfs organize their garden and take care of the cabin. Meanwhile, the queen discovered that Snow White was still alive and became enraged. Disguised as an old woman, the queen brought a poisoned apple to Snow White. Snow White bit the apple and fell into a deep ethereal sleep. The dwarfs found Snow White asleep and were very sad for her. One day, a prince passed by the cabin and saw Snow White. The prince fell in love with Snow White and gave her a true love kiss. Snow White woke from the deep sleep and was filled with joy. The prince asked Snow White to marry him, and she accepted. Snow White and the prince got married and lived happily ever after. The dwarfs were happy for Snow White and always remained her friend. The wicked queen, upon discovering the truth, fled the kingdom forever. Snow White and prince helped the dwarfs whenever they could. The kingdom prospers and everyone lived in peace and happy for many years. Snow White never forgot her dwarf friends and visited them often. And children, that's the end of this fairy tale.